Ammunition you see featured in this episode of The Quiet Rifle came to me courtesy of Herman's Sporting Guns. They gassed me up with a whole bunch of extra ammo, so if you see something you like, make sure that you jump on over to their website. There will be a link in the description, or type in hermansguns.com.au in the search bar and off you go. They have everything from a .177 Dreamline, beautiful, classic, walnut, small, right the way up to Darth Vader's gun, the DSR-50. So there's definitely something on there that you want. Go check them out. They've got Sabre Tactical, Craft and Lift, hybrid slugs, lots of different types of ammo. So if you see something you like, support the people who support me. Important airgun news is afoot. There is a company called Air Rifle Slugs Australia who are planning on importing some Nielsen specialty ammo slugs. They're going to be the Australian dealer. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, have a look in the description and there will be an email address that you can contact old mate on. And I believe there's no shop front. It's going to be online only, and you will be able to order, I think in the first batch there's 17, 22, 25 and 30 cal slugs coming in. So very exciting that we have more diverse options on the Australian market coming soon. I don't think anything's in the country just yet. But something to look forward to. So the prices are pretty good as well from what I can tell. He sent me his price list and it seems like right between where pellet prices are at the moment and slug prices are, his markup is right in the middle there, so it's very affordable as far as slugs go. So it's good to see that not overcharging or anything. It's just going to be a nice opportunity to easily get some stuff that you need, rather than having to fiddle around with overseas post, because a little while ago I think NSA stopped doing international orders on small scales because they were being ripped off by a bunch of people who were freaking out about postage and stuff like that. So it's nice to have a dealer in country that will sort all of that out for you. So very cool, very cool. Brisbane based homie, very excited. And further to that, more updates. You may remember in my last video I said the parallax was looking a bit strange on my Titan, and I got lots of people suggesting that I should loosen off my rings. Now I did do these rings up with my torque wrench, this one, but it is quite old and it may very well be out of whack. I loosened them off and just did them up with the short end of an Allen key like I normally do. And it flows freely now. It's very nice. It feels nice and smooth and it's easy to adjust again. So that's something to think about if you are using a ring of this width. On my 308, where I've got my Helix, that one is in a set of Night Force standard duty 30mm rings, and they only have one screw holding the whole ring down. On the front and on the back, and I torqued those up with this torque wrench and it doesn't seem to affect it at all. So it seems to me like if you have a wider one, maybe you want to dial back the torque, use the minimum settings perhaps on the front ring in particular. The back ring doesn't seem to affect too much, but if I was you and I was using a set of rings and they give you a specific set of torque settings that you can use, to account for error in your tool, I think it's probably wise to use the minimum amount, because I was a little worried about that, but yeah, feels good now. Happy as a clam. Another update, the subject of today's video, check this out. This is a magazine insert for a 25 caliber FX magazine, the side shot magazines. Now I had quite a bit of problems with these. They didn't want to line up properly, they didn't suit what I wanted to do. So I sent my magazine off to my friend over at osnap.dk, that's his website, and he's selling these now. And if you compare the magazine insert to the standard FX magazine insert, it's slightly larger. It pushes the pellets further out, away from the center of the magazine, and lines them up perfectly with the hole, so there's no more interference on the way through that you get with one of these. So the standard one it's just a little bit too small, I think, and I think that's the source of lots of problems with the feeding issues that you get sometimes with these FX magazines. But hopefully we get to try this one out today and see how it goes. It's a 23 shot in 25 caliber, so it'll be good, very good. And he sent me a few different styles to try. We've got plain white and black, and also some very nice, very nice. I love these. This is fully customized with my logo on the front of it and everything, so very excited about that. They look great. Thank you very much, my friend. Very good. And if you have a 30 cal magazine, I don't have a side shot 30 cal magazine to send him yet. So if you do, and you do want one of these made up for a 30 cal, you can send him your magazine, and it will be the pilot, I suppose, for the prototype to make the first 30 cal inserts, which will then go on sale. So if you do decide that you want to buy a 25 caliber one, it will be modelled off mine. And I'm sure if you ask nicely, you might even be able to get some custom work done too, which would be very cool. They're also available in .177 and 22, so pretty much all your bases are covered until the 30 cal and the 357 or whatever find their way to him eventually, because there's restrictions over there on what you can and can't have. So giddy up. Today's video we are going to try some suggestions that I got from Rat Sniper Slugs. He was watching one of my videos and was kind enough to leave a comment, and he reckons regulator at 150, use these certain torque settings and make sure that your pellet probe is aligned properly with the transfer port, and should be able to get MOA out of them fairly easily, out of the hybrid slugs that is. So we're going to do all of that today. I'm going to do a quick, we're going to take the barrel out, use a black pen and mark where the transfer port lines up with on the pellet probe, and then adjust the spacer to suit, and then do a 150 bar reg pressure tune, get somewhere over the 900 mark, wherever it was that he suggested, and we'll put all that together, take it down to the range, try that out, try our new magazines out, and have us a wonderful time. Sorry about my voice, by the way. I've been coughing up phlegm. It's a very juicy cough. It's green. Lovely. Right, so it looks like the distance that I need is about 18 millimeters. And as you can see there, I'm just a little bit shy of it. So I think it's sitting at about, I don't know, 1 or 2 mil behind where it should be. So I'm going to adjust the rod, see if we can get it in there. It might only be like one more revolution. So this little rod along the top is what governs the distance of where the pellet probe carrier sits. It's double threaded, so it's threaded on this end and it's threaded on that end, so you sort of have to try and wind one end at a time. Looks like we've got some thread hanging out on that one, so we might screw it out on this one so that more thread is showing. Alrighty, looking pretty good now. I overshot it the first time, but now she's closing up there nice and perfect. Alright, we're all back together, lined up nicely. Let's tune it. So there you have it, folks. Reg pressure 150 bar, hammer spring gap, which is the gap between the block there and the front of the action recess that it slides in. That's 19 millimeters. Happens to be setting A. I gave it a little bit of extra hammer spring and then found that to be a little bit too much. It was cranking out over 1,000 feet per second, so I slowed it down a little bit and brought it back to about 950. So it's supposed to be good between, according to Mr. Rat Sniper Man, between 950 and 1,000. So we should be right on the money there. If we're a little bit slow on that setting, I might bump it up to the next one, but pulled the valve in just a little sneaky little bit to just touch the end of the dirtle when it does its thing, and that brought my extreme spread down quite nicely. So we're looking at between 945 and 952. Happy days. So, all good. Here we are down on the range. It is a stinking hot day. There is a little bit of clear skies above us now, but there wasn't for most of the morning. It was cloudy, extremely humid, but it seems like a light breeze has picked up and blown some of the humidity away. Check out these flowers. This whole place has just exploded into flower. All the way along the creek line. So, very pretty. But that might actually be what I'm allergic to. So, it could be causing all of my problems today. But who knows. So, I did take my scope off the gun to do that little bit of maintenance that we just did. But I'm going to take a chance and put up a big target at 100 meters instead of spending more time out in this ridiculously hot sun, going from 20 to 50 then to 100. So we should be able to get it on paper straight away because I'm using good quality mounts and big target, and also returned it to the spot where I left it. And on top of all of that, the ammo that we're using, very, very good ballistic coefficient. So it's only 2.7 MRAD of drop, which is about sort of less than half of what it would be if it was a pellet. Here we go, here's my 100 meter target. So I've got a proper target in the middle and then white paper around it with some finer point of aim type dots scribbled on with my marker pen. Look at that manicured range. I just mowed it. Looks great. Just got stung by an ant. That was fun. Strelok is telling me that 2.7 mils is the go. So we'll dial that straight in. Get your little magazine in there. I'm finding with this magazine I have to click it in and then sort of push it down to get it to work right, and then I have to be very light when I touch the cocking handle, sort of pick it up a little bit when I shut it. And still. And there we go. Good lord. FX magazines, eh? Looks like we're a fair way off to the left. Alright, that corrected it. That looks pretty much bang on. Alright, just gonna have a look at that. So, if you've ever used a scope cam before, you'll know how incredibly frustrating it is to edit that footage. With that camera, it can come out real nice, but it's easier to use the EVF than it is to use the big screen at the back for me, because it's just not bright enough at this time of day. But I'm pretty sure I was aiming at the right dot the whole time. I may have been aiming at one of the holes that I've been digging in the paper there with all those rounds, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure it was right. So here we are, back at the target. You can see with these, I've been sort of trying to accommodate for the wind on some of the groups and getting a reasonably good sort of area, but when I try and aim for the wind, it changes too much, and it changes before I notice. So we've got a couple of big groups up here where I've been trying to account for the wind. And then down here, we got a nice 4-round group down here, and that's 3 fingers. That's good. That's like me shooting as quick as I could. And I think that's the key with groups in the wind, is just bang them out as quick as you can. Because this group here and this group up here, they're both shot fast, and that was a mistake. I think I used the wrong holdover, but for the other ones it was just bang, 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 bang as quick as I could. Seemed to work pretty good. I have to say though, the gun sounds great. With this high pressure tune, it's opening and shutting the reg very quickly, and I think it's well and truly shut before that pellet has left the barrel, so it's nowhere near as loud as it could be if the pressure was quite a bit lower and I was still trying to achieve the same speeds. So pretty cool. Interesting stuff. Ooh, was all exhausted from the heat after that. Went and had a nap, woke up in a different dimension. No idea where I am, not even sure what day it is anymore. But if you got this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Herman Sporting Guns. They have all of your ammunition needs in Australia. And if you are looking to get yourself into some better functioning magazines, check out osnap.dk. Very cool. I think customized magazine inserts with logos and cool stuff on them are going to be all the rage at the next big competition. I think it's just so cool. It's a great touch. Very nicely done. Very good quality and good value for money too. They're only about 20 bucks, so not bad at all. Don't forget, if you have any questions about Air Rifle Slugs Australia coming onto the market, with Nielsen Specialty Ammo being imported so that you, as an Aussie consumer, have a much easier time getting the ammo that you want, just send any questions to that email, and yeah, keep an eye out for more news. I'll be doing some reviews when they come in, and we'll also be looking at some patchworm kits, which Air Rifle Slugs Australia will also be importing. So that'll be nice. We'll do a review on them and see how that goes. So yeah, bye.